Hey everybody, this is another evangelism update. Right now I'm working on a video about repentance. It's going to be huge. Um, I tried to keep it within 15 minutes, not going to happen. Good thing YouTube recently upgraded my account so that I can upload longer videos. Right now I've got the intro recorded and I have a 3,000 word script. So look forward to it. I'm getting it done as fast as I can, but it's got to be good. So last week I had a great night out on the streets. Last Friday night, a week ago tonight. I had a terrible day. The video that I did last week was so hard to get done. Everything went wrong. It was a challenge. My computer, for some reason my hard drive filled up because it was storing media on my external drive and my computer at the same time, and that was just one of the most reasonable things to happen. Everything pretty much went crazy last Friday. But at about 10 o'clock, I finally was able to get out and join the team of people that witness on the streets in Halifax every week. And we had a great night. We talked to, amazingly enough, I talked to a man named Jay who was a Roman Catholic. Now, my last evangelism update, I talked about a Roman Catholic atheist, and I talked about a Roman Catholic, uh, my general impression of Roman Catholics based over years of interaction on the street with them, talking about sin, the Bible, God, um, hasn't really been favorable. But you know what? I ran into this guy, Jay, last Friday, and he was nice, and he was so prepared, and he realized that he was in trouble, and he knew that religion wasn't going to solve it for him. Amazing. So it was a great conversation. And then I had another great conversation with a fellow named Guthrie, and wow, that was intense. He's a science-minded man, logical, articulate, so articulate. I so enjoyed talking to him. I could really understand everything that he was saying. He wasn't playing word games at all. It was wonderful. We talked we talked for a long time. It was after 1 o'clock in the morning when we finally had to part ways. But you know what? He called on the name of the Lord. He believed the gospel. He knows God now. He's still got questions. He's still got some things that he's got to reconcile. There's some science things that just don't work out for him. But he called on God and he's saved. What an amazing night to have. I'm so glad I went out. I wish you would go out with us. But you know what was happening at the same time that I had that amazing experience? When I was on the mountaintop, a brother of mine was being assaulted. Not very far, just a few city blocks away from where I was, preaching the very same gospel, with the very same burden on his heart. He was assaulted. Sometime after 1 o'clock that night, somebody threw an egg at me, or at the guy that I was with. It landed on the ground beside us. We've got a picture of it. Here it is. You know what? That's funny. But a few city blocks away, my friend John had a man with his hand around his throat, choking him, saying that he was going to kill him. Why? Because the man didn't like the gospel of Jesus Christ. The man didn't like hearing that he was in fact a sinner and that he was going to perish. He was under conviction of God and he got very upset. Now John was protected. Apparently he was not hurt in any major way. He certainly wasn't killed, but he was pretty shaken up, and so was the person that was with him. That it was the first time they had been out on the street seeing this stuff happen, and that's what happened that night. But you know what? John counts it as something as small because the brethren around the world are suffering actual murder. They're actually being murdered. So we get eggs thrown at us. Occasionally somebody will push us or yell at us. Somebody will say rude words to us. And every so often, very rarely in Canada, but every so often, somebody will do something actually very violent. But you know what? If John didn't talk to that person would not have heard. They would not know the danger that they're in. We wouldn't have that opportunity to pray for him. Now he knows. Now there's something there for God to work in. That man can be saved. If he calls on the Lord like Guthrie did, then that man will be saved. And That's why I preach the gospel on the street. I'm a Christian in Canada. What about you?